Hello and welcome to this Tango video tutorial about Sacadas. It's a follow-up video about the video that we published last week. That was an intro to Sacadas, and now we will continue with some more intermediate structures. The departing point is the Sacada from cross system that we will see in detail, and from here we can continue with another Sacada that leads to a cross and receive this Sacada and continue in different ways. We will also see how we can have one Sacada and invite our partner to give us back the Sacada. Yes, that's the plan, and as a bonus we will see some variations too. In this video we focus on how we can have either a normal collect or we can block the pelvis and create a stretched leg that creates kind of a lapis, and from this lapis the backward cross. Also we will see in detail how we enter into cross system, and we can make this more clear in the communication of the couple. So let's do the first exercise. You see us in profile. We take a step back, left or right doesn't matter, and we stop in the middle, so back. In this position, if we have a normal collect, we would release the leg, and by bending we would enter, get to the position with the legs together. One more time with the other leg. So we have stretch, stop, we release, and we are again in the zero position. In the other possibility that we will use, and afterwards we will see how we can differentiate between them, is that I go now with the right. If we have this, I want to keep it stretched, and by that I create a circle energy, and that will lead me to the backward cross. Let's have a look from behind. So one more time, the first I go with the right. So I'm standing here, and now I'm releasing and bending the leg to collect. Now the second version with the same leg is that I'm in the center and I keep the impulse that there's the lapis happening that I lead to the cross. To me, I always think like a drawing compass, and here the pelvis is where you put your fingers to create a circle. What we don't want is that this leg is searching by its own to create a cross. We want from the standing leg, and we could have more circles until now I lead myself to the backward cross. On the other side, one time, stretch and release to have a collect. Second time, have a step, and here keep on the stretch to create the lapis and lead yourself the backward cross. One time freestyle, so when you're here, I can lead small circles, bigger circles, and then the backward cross. In order to communicate, we want to have this expansion or this release mirrored in our upper body and our embrace. One idea is be boring and do with the whole body the same thing. So if in your whole body you're like stretching and then there is the Sacada happening, you will also understand this with the intention of your partner. If in your whole body here the release afterwards is happening, the collect will be without this stretched movement around the leg. How can we practice that? There was this idea of mirroring, that if I have this intention, she's also doing this. If I create space here, she's creating space here, and this is the secret how I could also change later the direction. While she's going away, I can continue, or I can make her come back and then do the Sacada by her to me. We have a video about this mirroring idea. Now in this part, it's just important that we don't want to become flat and to get our elbows back. We want to keep our elbows in front, and when we expand, it's never just the arms alone, but the whole body. And also by that, here it will be, or here, the release will create a normal collect. Let's see the first structure. The first structure was that we had apertura. I move myself a little bit to the right, and then we have leaders a diagonal step and followers a back step, and that we can lead afterwards into the second sacada of the follower. Now, to have it as a first version, I want you to move just a little bit to cross system. So we are having a normal walk in cross system. From this cross system position, we can have the both options. So either lead the stretched into a backward cross, or have a normal collect. Maybe you see it better from here. So here, first we had the stretched track. Receive her to make a smooth transition from the cross to the continuation of the movement, or just let her collect. So these two things you have to practice. Are you able to send her, lead the cross, receive her, and we exit? Or are you also able to make the difference between just leading the collect? In this, okay, I show you once from this perspective. I'm really on my line, so there's not a sacada yet happening. She has her line, and now let's see it from the other perspective. So her line is here, my line is here. And all the creation of the sacada feeling is through this expansion that I center. So now we are still on the preparatory version. Also very nice in close embrace for this. Here, tack, and I receive her, and we continue. One more time from here. So I prepare the cross system, I walk in cross system, I go to the suspense, lead the stretched movement, and we continue. If I lead here, as we suggested before to practice as well, just the normal collect, tack, we can continue with an ocho, and we are finished. And here it will never look like a sacada. Now, to create a little bit sacada feeling, you go a little bit 10 centimeters more to the side, and you go 5 centimeters more here in between. And it will transform the step in cross system to a sacada in cross system. Into the backward cross. One time from the other side. And I separate myself, I center, tack, receiver, and exit in parallel system outside walk. Now, to have the second version, where we don't continue with a backward cross, but with a sacada for the follower, I create again a little bit of space. I take the sacada, but then I lead her back. And let's see in detail the moment. So it's important that here, in this way, we are still in control. Do I want to continue, track, or I hold, and I lead a little bit the forward ocho back. From the sacada that I receive, track, I lead a backward ocho and accompany that. Later, it might be also a nice intro to have a giro. So from this, okay, and I can continue with the giro and finish with another sacada. But now we just see the first sacada, and you will find out how to continue later. So we prepare, we take the sacada. In the projection, I invite her to lead a forward ocho, and we have the second sacada. Also this, let's see it once from behind. So, apertura, I create a little bit of distance, take the sacada, lead the forward ocho, and we finish with a backward ocho, sorry. And now, in closed system, we will have to open a little bit to make here, tuck. We can stay more closed, but still we need to create a little bit of space. If it's completely enclosed system, the effect of the sacada gets kind of lost. If you want to dance in more nuevo style, you can go like ba, ba, and the effect of the sacada is even more amplified. Up to you. I like to dance it in close embrace and just open a little bit. This also feels quite nice. So there, back, come back, and we continue. Now, the third part of the sequence is that we want to lead a normal cross to the other side by a sacada. So when she, let's take this position. When she's doing a backward ocho, track, I will do a sacada and continue to move her axis that she steps. And then we will receive the sacada with her forward step, like with the ocho that we did now. One more time, so one time from behind. I will lead a back ocho to her, do a sacada, transfer her axis, change my weight, and receive her sacada. One more time. Let's from this side. So we have ocho, second ocho. I step, do the sacada, lead the cross, receive, and exit as before, backward ocho. What do I need to do that this works? We need to stay parallel with the whole body. If I continue to turn, she will just create a voleo. If I here continue everything parallel, she will transfer her axis and the cross will be happening. Track, endless combination. Backward ocho, sacada, sacada. Backward ocho, sacada, sacada. Yeah. To complete today's tutorial, we combine all three versions. So we start with the apertura or directly, but first sacada from cross system. So we have here sacada, and we continue into a backward ocho, where we lead across with the second sacada. And we finish with the third sacada from the follow with a backward ocho. One time other perspective. So first I center, I continue, and I receive the sacada. 3 sacadas in a row, 2 for the leader, 1 for the follower. A variation would be to start with the second structure. So we had sacada for the leader, black, sacada for the follower, backward ocho, and from here we have the third part. So we have 4 sacadas in total. One more time from the back. So we have apertura, first sacada for the leader, second sacada for the follower, backward ocho, second sacada for the leader into the cross, second sacada for the follower, which is the same as before. Yes, we hope this gives you some inspiration to continue exploring new possibilities in your dance. One of my favorite combinations when I'm dancing in a more open embrace is that when I continue from, let's take this structure, to have here, this place is that afterwards I could do the Atrapada and finish with this step. So let's just see the ending. So we had the sacada from the backward ocho, receive her, and now I don't accompany her, but I continue to turn more. And here I step, and we are finished with the normal parada. If you have any questions, please give us a comment, and we'll be happy to get back to you, or answer with a new video as a follow-up on this video.